of the interviews playlist. My special guest for today is Genesis. Genesis, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Genesis, and I am doing my last semester here for the Masters of Science in Translational Health Science program here in Windsor.
Awesome. So let's start with your educational background. Where did you do your bachelor's and what program was it?
So for my bachelor's, I did my undergrad at the University of Waterloo, and I did it in kinesiology with a minor in medical physiology.
Awesome. And what inspired you to pursue that program?
At first, I kind of wanted to go into physio or chiropractor or even doctors, but then after I took other classes, I realized that I liked more of like the biology. However, I still stuck with kinesiology because I really enjoyed it and took my minor in medical physiology. So it was like a win-win.
Awesome. And how was your experience with that program? Like, how was your first year? Did you do any internships? Did you volunteer at any clinics?
Right. So, my experience for undergrad was awesome. Obviously, it kind of got a little like it wasn't as great during the pandemic because nothing was open and I couldn't really volunteer with profs. So that kind of sucked. However, I was an orientation leader second year, and that was really fun. And then third year, the pandemic happened, so I couldn't really join it, or they had more limited spots. And then I was always a volunteer at the Women's Center. And then I also did volunteering in my first year in the anatomy lab. In the summer, they had a pro-sectioning section. They had a pro-sectioning club where you would just go every day, any day you were available, and then you can just help dissect the cadavers for the anatomy class in the winter. That was really fun, and I really enjoyed that program. I'm trying to think of other things that I did. Um, I think that was it for my undergrad. I really loved the classes that I took in Waterloo. Um, I made really good friends. And the profs were all really nice and everything. But yeah,
Awesome. And why did you choose the University of Waterloo in particular to do your bachelor's?
um, I chose the University of Waterloo for my bachelor's because it wasn't too far away from my family and also far away enough, to also kind of like learn how to live by myself and just kind of get that like step in adulting. Um, yeah, it was honestly my top choice, and I ended up getting in, even though after my high school counselor was like, "Oh, you can't get in because you don't have the grades." I ended up getting in, so it was a miracle.
Awesome.
But yeah,
Awesome. And did you do any
also I really
research?
liked, sorry.
Yeah, no
I also really liked their hands-on approach. I did a lot of labs, which were really helpful. Like it helped me build my interpersonal skills and also clinical skills because through the kinesiology labs, you learned a lot of those skills. So it was really neat and I loved it.
Awesome. And did you do any research during your undergrad?
I didn't do any research during my undergrad. I actually kind of found it intimidating. And also, I think COVID kind of took that away because a lot of professors weren't taking any new students just because they didn't have the space. And it was also that hard transition from like in person to online. So, yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. And okay, so moving towards the end of your undergraduate degree, what was your thought process about what you would like to pursue after? Like whether it was professional school, graduate school, what was your thought process at that time?
My thought process. I think I wanted to do something else, and I wanted to get more research experience, and that's when I was kind of looking at other programs that would kind of have that available because I didn't really have that in my undergrad. So I was looking around, seeing what master's program, because I was debating, oh, should I continue in my kinesiology program and do a master's in kin, um, which I was advised to do by like people in Waterloo. However, I just didn't want to stay in Waterloo because I wanted to go somewhere else. So I looked up at the University of Windsor and I saw the translational health science program. And then I read the description and I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like, this is something I want to do because I saw that it was just, it really appealed to me.
Awesome.
It
Uh,
seemed really interesting. And I would also get that like research experience as well.
awesome. What was one thing which stood out the most for you in the program of Masters of Translation and Science?
Can you repeat that again? Sorry.
Yeah, what was one thing which stood out the most in the master's program?
Um, One thing that stood out the most in the master's program would definitely be the research project that I'm currently on. It's really impactful. We're working on migrant workers with critical illness, and it's a very impactful research project. And I'm just really excited to see where it goes from then. Um, Also, I really love the connections I'm making with my colleagues because we're such a small cohort. We were able to build an amazing relationship as well as getting to really know the professors. That's an amazing thing that this program has offered, which is amazing.
Awesome. And how were you introduced to the project you're currently working on?
So we were first introduced, we had Dr. Crozier gave us a list of all the projects that were available to us for us to take. And so when I was reading through all of them, the migrant worker one was the one that definitely stood out for me, just because I do speak Spanish. And also, I feel like I can connect with that community and I can give and I can help them through like my ability to speak Spanish. So that's a main reason why I, 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 I kind of was drawn to it. And then we also had another event we met, I think, at I forget, it was somewhere in Sandwich Town, and we had all of the clinicians, or most of them. A lot of some of them couldn't come just because they were up on call. And so we had some of the clinicians come to this event, and we were kind of like a speed dating. We were just kind of going around each clinician and kind of getting to know them and what the project is more about. And so I spoke with Dr. Ham and we kind of got into talking about the project and it seemed something really interesting. Like I can see that she was really passionate about it and it was something that I was also very passionate about. So I just knew that I wanted to go into that project.
Awesome. And like courses wise, what are some courses that you have taken so far in this master's program and how was it?
So this semester, I'm taking leadership in healthcare with the CEO of Windsor Regional Hospital. And then we are taking advanced statistics. Um, we're also taking our placement course and professional development. And professional development is really cool because you take it throughout all the 3 semesters that you're doing your master's for, and you really learn professional skills that you might have not learned during your undergrad, or like if you didn't get the chance to work somewhere during your undergrad. It's a really good class to learn those skills, and it also it also prepares you for interviews, different questions that you might get asked, how to do your resume, professionalism and stuff like that. So it's really neat. It's a really neat course. And then for advanced stats, um, that class is with the nursing department. It's really good. It's something really useful. Like we're learning how to use SPSS, which is a stats software. And so it's going to be really useful for research and any research that you do in the future. If you do decide to do research, knowing how to use that software is very helpful. And then leadership in healthcare is awesome too, because we're currently learning about different leadership styles and how to deal with different situations that you might come across with. So it's really nice. Um, and then I think I might be missing another one. And then the placement one is just you just get to work on your placement stuff. And also we have like ongoing presentations on our project just to kind of keep us on track of like what we're doing in our research and also to prepare us for the colloquium that's at the end of the month. Actually, it's April, I think it's April 6th we're presenting in the alumni auditorium. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's it. And so like you just it kind of prepares you to the big day of you presenting all the research that you've done and how it's impacting the healthcare field. So it's amazing. Um, and then so that was this semester. Last semester I took a course in at the University of Toronto under their I think it's called TRP. I don't remember what it stands for, but it was the class was called Rhetoric of Science, and you just kind of learn you just kind of work on your communication skills, especially in the scientific literature. So it was really neat to learn about that. I had a bunch of assignments, but honestly, it was awesome. It was all online because U of T has a hybrid program for their translational research program. So it was a really neat course to take. And I also kind of like made connections with people in U of T, so that was also very neat. It was a little bonus. And I did this under the OBGS. I think that's the acronym of what it was called. So that was awesome. And then and then obviously I was taking the experimental placement learning course and then the professional development because that's those two courses are throughout your year, your master's. And then my first semester, we were taking cancer. It was Introduction to Cancer Cell Biology, I believe. I honestly forget the names of it, so sorry about that. Um, what else was I taking? Oh, I was taking nursing research methods. That was really fun too because that was a really good class actually. It wasn't fun because it was tough, but it was a good class because you really learn about research methods, which will prepare you for your future in research. Um, and you take it under the nursing faculty. So it's still related to healthcare, which is good. Um, what else? Yeah, I think those are the courses. I might have missed some, but I'm not sure. And so for the cancer cell bio, that one is a lot of group work. There's a common theme in this program is group work. And so there's a lot of group work, which is amazing because in the field you're going to be working with a bunch of people. So it's really good to learn how to work in groups. Um, so that's one of the skills that I definitely took from this program is how to work in groups, and it's a really valuable skill, honestly. Um, so you're in a group, and then at the end of the semester, you have to present your grant proposal and also write your grant proposal. And then I think you present your grant proposal first, and then the professors they gave you feedback on it, which you would implement in your final write up of the grant proposal. And then yeah, I think that's all. Sorry, I kind of went from like most recent to like to
Oh, no worries.
like the
That sounds
past.
exciting. No worries. Yeah, that sounds really
Yeah,
exciting. Okay, so now since you are towards like the end of your program and having made those connections and worked on your placement, what are some potential career pathways which you might take on after you've finished your program?
definitely career pathways wise. I'm hoping to continue doing research and continue working in the research project that I'm on right now, and also potentially find another job because this placement is not paid, obviously, unless we get like other grants and stuff, which hopefully we do. Um, so I want to stay with the migrant worker project. as well as apply to other roles in potentially a hospital or even a Weiss Park as a research associate role, just to kind of stay in the field and advance my skills in that I've learned through this master. So that's what I definitely hope to do.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds really exciting. What are some advices you would like to give to high school students, undergraduate students on, basically on what program to choose at the university to study and like, how they should navigate their pathway after graduating from a bachelor program?
Hmm. High school students. I'll think about that. Honestly, do your best in high school. Try not to be so hard on yourself if you don't get the grades, because you'll get in somewhere. Um, Study hard when you get into university or college. Um, Study really hard, make cue cards. That's how I found like first year I like flunked. Like I did so bad in first year of university because I was still using my study methods in high school, and I was also playing rugby, so that also took a lot of my time. But I figured out that cue cards are essential for studying, especially like biology, anatomy, chemistry, and all that jazz. Cue cards are very beneficial. So use those. Um, what else? I don't know. Just honestly, have fun. Your grade doesn't define you. Just work really hard and try your best. Um, what was the other question?
Yes, like some advice for undergraduate students on basically how to navigate their academic life or even career pathways after they graduate from their bachelor program.
Okay. And now after you graduate from your bachelor's program, take your time on finding out what you want to do because you're still so young. Even I'm really young. I like just take your time. Um, Everything will work out. Don't stress about it. Um, just do things that you like to do. So like whether that be like going to the gym, playing a team sport, helping, volunteering and stuff like that. Do those things and try different things as well, right? Like if you're a shy person, maybe try to go out with your school friends or, never say no, I guess. Unless I mean like obviously be smart. But try to say like I don't know, just be open, I guess. Be open to any opportunity that might come by. Um because you never know where it might take you, right? Um, but yeah, I feel like that's my advice for like undergrads that are graduating. And if you're interested in something, um, maybe search like Google it more, watch YouTube videos of people in the field, and see if your goals, your life goals, align with those. Um, and just reach out to people if let's say like if you want to go into research, reach out to your prof and see if they have any positions available or like maybe to meet with them one on one and see and learn about their career path and how they got there. And perhaps you can probably gain some advice from them and also some ideas on what to do next, right? Because they were you back in the day, right? They've been through it. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Thank
don't
you
know
so
if that was
much.
any good.
No, no, that was really elaborate, and I'm pretty sure like the audience will really like those insights, those advices, and most importantly, your journey. Thank you for sharing your journey with us, and yeah, thank you for being a guest speaker on my channel.
No problem. Good luck.